The views and opinions expressed by the guest author or speaker during this live session are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Reader's Magnet. The content shared is for informational purposes only and does not constitute endorsement or promotion of any particular belief, ideology, or product.
Hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers. Welcome to another awesome day here at RM Hive, and you're tuning in to Reader's Magnet's featured author interview. I'm your host, Revan, and our featured guest today is a debut crime thriller author whose work dives into the uneasy space where technology, morality, and suspense collide. His stories live in the gray areas of right and wrong, pushing readers to question their own sense of justice with every twist. Please welcome the author of KillStarter, John Epperson. Hi, John. Thank you for joining us here today. How are you?
I'm fine, and thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to join with you.
Yeah. So for all our viewers out there, if you have been with us during the Festival of Storytellers Chapter 7, John here is actually one of our featured authors there. So John, how was your experience with the Festival of Storytellers?
That was very interesting. I really enjoyed it. It was a pleasure to get some questions from people who looked at the book, maybe read some of it, and had different perspectives. So it was a very enjoyable, rewarding experience.
Yes, and what I really love about your sessions there is that you actually gave us what we can actually expect in your book as well, and I'm so excited about that. So, by the way, KillStarter, I really love that title. So, can you tell us what is this book about?
Well, it's about a dark website similar to the crowdfunding websites that we could use today, like GoFundMe or Kickstarter, where you could crowdfund the murder of what we think of as repugnant people anonymously. So I could nominate somebody, I could contribute a few dollars to their bounty fund, or if I felt like becoming an assassin, I could accept the contract and go out and kill that person and then receive the bounty via the dark web, Bitcoin type of thing. It starts with a murder of a woman who had been, sort of on a viral video, berating children. But the main target in the book is a Hollywood producer who has a history of abusing women. And he holds up in Monterey. FBI agent comes to the Bay Area to educate law enforcement on the KillStarter problem because the producers out there, they coalesce, and that's the whole book, is following additional kills. The moral ambiguity from the law enforcement is, should I protect this Hollywood producer who's got a history of abusing women, or should I look the other way and let the assassin do his thing? That's the kind of thing that builds in the story.
So that's actually very interesting. I'm really intrigued right now. So I just want to ask, was it hard to write the book?
It was easy to come up with the beginning and the end. Connect. I mean, I felt like I wrote the beginning and the end almost immediately. I feel like I got to the halfway point pretty easily, and then sort of ran into a wall for quite a while, but then found a way to kind of connect the dots, I guess. And that was, once I sort of figured that out, it got a little bit easier.
True. Because as we have this conversation and you describe the book, I was like, is this fiction or nonfiction? Because I believed how you said it. So I'm now really excited for the book.
To that point, let me just say, a Russian dude that I play poker with, I showed him one of my author preview copies, and he learned a little bit about it. He goes, "Oh, there's probably already something like that out there. I'm sure there's something out like that out there." I've never been on the dark web, so I don't know. But I mean, I do know you could solicit an individual murder on over a platform. I don't know if there's this crowdfunding murder platform out there, but it probably wouldn't take much to set up if you wanted to.
Yeah. That's what makes it so interesting, because it has a mystery in it, and I want to have the book now. So for all our viewers out there, the book is called KillStarter. The cover is right here. You can check this out on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, or John's website. That's jceppright.com. And yes, that's JCEPPWRITS.com, JC Eppright. So, John, can you share your favorite line from the book?
Well, the last line is my favorite line, and actually, an editor kind of helped me reorder the final epilogue. And originally, I did it kind of sequentially. So, the woman's involved. She goes to visit visit one of the targets. I really don't want to do a lot of spoiling. She in my original thing, so she gets ready to do that. She visits the thing and then comes back home and ends up in her hot tub relaxing. The editor said, why don't you start in the hot tub and have her remember the encounter with one of the targets? And that was really cool, because then that made the end of that scene be a conversation between her and the surviving target. And the last line is, they're from all of us. She gives him some flowers and says, they're from all of us. And I really...
That is actually... That gave me goosebumps right now.
It brings tears to my eye, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, it does. You really have a great team there creating this book with you, as you actually created the story, had these ideas, and then these people help you have the entirety of the book, and that was really good. It's solved for me. I want to have it now. So, so right now, I want to ask, what do you think your readers will take away after reading your book?
Well, having read some of the reviews, I think the thing they take away, and this is kind of the hook on the cover, right above my name, what would you do if justice was just a click away? And sort of to polish that a little bit, it's what would you do if this platform was out there? I mean, there's some, when I was Uber driving, I was talking, I was probably 2/3 of the way through the book, and I talked to a customer who was interested, and I came to the point, and I said, well, what would you do if there was such a thing? And he said, well, yeah, I contribute. And I said, to the producer, Hollywood producer? And he says, no, there's another character who's nominated for something far less significant, but I don't want to spoil, but he said he would contribute for that. And I thought, seriously, you pitch your money in to have somebody murdered? Obviously a disgusting person. I'm not going to say that, but I'm not ready to actually contribute to a thing like KillStarter. But I did have a conversation with a friend, and I said, what if somebody started this because they read my book? Does that make me? But whatever.
Well, if it starts a conversation, then your book actually gives the impact.
If enough people want you dead, you've done something wrong, I think,
So, and what lessons will your readers learn from this?
I mean, one, I would hope that they would think about the depth of surveillance, because, one of the things in the, I said to one of my friends is, you need to behave when you're on camera. And you're always on camera now. Some form of, dash cam, body cam, security cameras at the grocery store, doorbell cams, drones flying around. I mean, you're always on camera. So if you behave like an idiot, and we see that all the time with what we call viral, character assassination. Oh, I stole a foul ball from a kid, and everyone's, pointing at me. Oh, I kissed my mistress on the kiss cam, and now everyone knows I'm cheating on my wife.
I remember that.
I read just the other day, father, 28 years old, father of 2, killed himself because he was humiliated when he drove through a bikini barista with no pants on. It was caught on video and put on YouTube or whatever, and he was so humiliated that he killed himself with 2 kids. He had 2 kids, father of 2 kids. Now, I'm not going to say you should drive through a barista with no pants on, but, don't do things that are going to humiliate yourself.
True. Don't do things that's going to humiliate you guys. So here, I know the book is very unique since I heard this conversation. So so this book is, it has a lot of mystery in it that I want to uncover. These are the types of book that I really want to read. Something that actually pulls me in. So it's mysterious. It is, the cases in it, the murder and what happens in it, and especially that it deals with the dark web. It interests me a lot. And what differentiates your book from other books in the same genre or category?
Well, I mean, one of my very first ideas was making uh, reading the leading man more of an everyday person rather than like
Mm-hmm.
a Hollywood hero cop like Jack Reach or something like that.
True.
And he's a father, he's a widower. He has to go watch his kid play volleyball, for example. He's
Mm-hmm.
not just somewhat a Superman. The other thing I thought of very early on, because I knew there was going to be a climactic poker game.
Mm-hmm.
There's surveillance of the anti-hero. Um, in the movies, like The Sting, the hero Paul Newman cheats a little bit better than the bad guy, and so he wins. Or
Mm-hmm.
James Bond gets the brilliant hand, the much better hand, the lucky break, and beats the bad guy. Well, here I thought let's do the opposite of that. So my
Mm-hmm.
hero has the best hand, but he has to fold it and bow out of the tournament to keep the surveillance team, to keep the
Mm-hmm.
people that they're surveilling at the table so they can finish what they're doing and eventually. So he has to heroically lose instead of
Mm-hmm.
get the lucky win.
Nice. I really love how you actually put the character there as like an everyday person. It it's much more relatable than, the hero type. So especially that we are living right now in the age of the internet. So, I can relate to that as well because I have a friend who's like, oh, I'm so scared of all the cameras, especially her phone. So she's scared that someone might, hack into her phone, use the camera
Let me
there.
tell you how deep this goes. Uh, in
True.
in October-ish, I'm editing the final draft of the book. In the book, there's a very modest reference to friendly competition between the fire department service and the police department, right?
Mm.
There's also a couple of little things where the leading man's sidekick pokes fun at him for telling dad jokes. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So October, I'm editing my book, and YouTube suddenly recommends to me a little video, which is a fire lieutenant and a police lieutenant
Mm-hmm.
telling each other dad jokes. They earn a point if I make you laugh. So if I tell you one and you laugh, you get a point. And these are like 7 or 8 years old. And suddenly, it's like the Phoenix Police Department and the Phoenix Fire Department or the Boise
Mm-hmm.
Fire Department. And it's like, why is this suddenly being recommended to me? Other than
Mm-hmm.
I'm editing a book that has a couple of similar references. They're kind of funny videos, to be perfectly
Mm-hmm.
honest. But why is that suddenly? I mean, that to me feels like extremely deep penetration.
Mm. Makes me think right now as well. So why that happens. So here, could you describe the main themes or message readers can expect from your book? So the main themes are the messages that readers can expect from your book.
I think moral ambiguity is the main theme.
Mm-hmm.
You'll find yourself rooting for an assassin.
Mm-hmm.
During the narrative of the book, some of the main characters are faced with that kind of dilemma. Let's say, should I look the other way because this guy has really hurt a lot of women, or if in the case of the person who nominated the producer, he has to think about what did he do? He did something that
Mm-hmm.
resulted in somebody being shot and so forth. So there's this, but the reader is going to be like, yeah, I hope that assassin gets the job done, or maybe they'll
Mm-hmm.
be rooting more for the cops. But it's that what's right and wrong. Is it wrong to remove this human filth from the face of the planet?
Mm-hmm. Nice. So right now, John, I would like to give the spotlight to you. I want you to tell our viewers out there where we can find your book and if you have future projects. So the spotlight is yours.
Well, my book is KillStarter. I'll move it this way.
Mm-hmm.
The best place to get the paperback is on my website. You can see that right there, jcfwrites.com. The ebook's available on Amazon, all the usual ebook places. I just came out, so I have had a few preliminary discussions with some Hollywood people. My next step is they're going to get back to me in a few weeks.
Nice.
So hopefully that will go positive. I've got some ideas about the sequel. I'm thinking about automating the assassin and calling it Kill GPT.
Interesting.
But I know the LA Book Fair, we're going to be out there, and maybe I'll be out there and stop by Reader Magnet's table.
Sure. And see you there as well. So it has been an awesome time with you, John. Thank you so much for joining us here at RM Hive today.
Well, thank you for having me, and my best wishes to everyone.
All right. So, John Epperson, everybody, get your copy of KillStarter on Amazon. And it's also available on his website. Please go to www.jcfwrites.com and get the copy of the book. So, guys, let's open the pages and unravel the secrets of your personal odyssey. And I believe that your ink never runs dry. So, go tell your story, you storyteller. This is your host, Revan. And as we say it here at Readers Magnet, we share your story with the world. Bye for now. Stay awesome.